New moon the night my family tried to end me. Her own family tried to kill her, all because of a child she carried. Amora was only 16, but in her riverside town she was seen as perfect. The girl every mother pointed to when scolding her children. Why can't you be like Amora? She greets her elders, she helps her mother, she is respectful. Her father was the chief catechist at the church. Her mother led the women's prayer meetings. Their name was respected everywhere. They walked with pride, certain that their daughter could never stain their reputation. But reputation is like glass. One crack, and it shatters forever. That dry season, Emeka arrived from Lagos to stay with his aunt. He was 19, tall, confident, with polished sneakers and city slang that made every village boy seem like a child. Amora first saw him at the riverbank. He smiled when he offered to carry her water pot. His voice lingered in her ears all night. Soon they began to meet under the mango tree behind the church, away from curious eyes. He spoke of the city lights, of cars that never slept, of dreams beyond the dusty roads of her village. Amora listened, wide-eyed, her heart pounding like the church drums on Sunday. His words wrapped around her like a spell. And holding became whispers. Whispers became stolen kisses. And one night, under the moon behind the abandoned classroom, Amora gave him what she could never take back. 2 weeks later, Emeka was gone. Back to Lagos. His promises of letters disappeared like smoke. 3 months later, Amora's body betrayed her. She woke sick every morning. Her cycle stopped. Her belly began to swell. She was carrying his child. She hid it as long as she could, but mothers always know. The day her own mother's sharp eyes caught her in the yard, Amora's world ended. Her father's anger was worse. The man who had never raised his hand against her slapped her so hard the ground shook beneath her. You have shamed us, Ispat. Amora cried and confessed, it was Emeka. But Emeka was gone. No one would believe her. And no one would save her. The whispers in the village had already begun. Neighbors looked at her differently. The church would strip her father of his position. Her mother would lose all respect. Everything they had built would crumble. So they decided, the pregnancy must not continue. At first, they begged. Then they threatened. Her brother stopped speaking to her. Her grandmother would not look at her. But Amora refused. The child inside her was innocent. She would not destroy it. That was when the threats became darker. Her father said the words she could never forget. If you bring this shame on us, we will stop you permanently. She saw it in his eyes. He meant it. One evening, her mother brought her food. The soup tasted strange, bitter, but hunger made her finish it. Minutes later, her vision blurred. The room spun. Her eyelids grew heavy. And then, darkness. When she woke, she was on a mat in a strange hut, her hands tied. Through the doorway she saw her parents speaking to an old woman with beads around her neck. The woman counted money into her mother's hands. Amora's heart froze. They had brought her here for a forced abortion. The ropes were loose. With trembling fingers, Amora freed herself and crawled to a hole in the wall. Beyond it was bushland. Thick. Dark. Dangerous. But anything was better than that hut. She ran barefoot, thorns tearing her feet, branches cutting her skin. She ran with the strength of a mother protecting her child. Behind her, she heard shouting. But she did not stop. Fear pushed her forward like wings of fire. Hours later, she stumbled onto the main road, bleeding, exhausted. A yam truck appeared, its headlights piercing the night. The driver stopped. His eyes widened at the sight of the half-conscious girl, but he asked no questions. He simply helped her climb in and drove her away. By the time her parents discovered she had escaped, Amora was gone. She arrived in the market town with nothing but a torn dress and a heartbeat inside her. Standing at the roadside, she made her choice. She would not go back. She would not surrender her child. Her family was lost to her, but her baby was still alive. And that was all that mattered.